Hey guys, Chad Hoover from Kayak Bass Fishing, and this is a special members only message. I want to start this off by saying that KBF is a business that is in the business of providing a service to kayak anglers. KBF isn't a business that is doing something to kayak anglers. We're doing it with kayak anglers. I'm a kayak angler, Christy's a kayak angler, Joe's a kayak angler, Richard's a kayak angler, Nick Brown's a kayak angler, and everybody affiliated with KBF in professional capacities are kayak anglers. This is a we thing, not a us versus them thing. There seems to be a tendency, as the competitive nature goes up and as the stakes go up, for folks to want to do this us versus them or you versus us kind of approach, and it almost always stems back to angler responsibility versus judging consistency, or judges not applying rules uniformly. Okay, first and foremost, the workload to judge all the challenges, the trails and all the events out there is something that not any one person can handle. And when that happens and you have different people doing different things, and there's anything that can be interpreted, unless we go back and rescore and re-rescore, which means that same person might as well just do it all, we're not going to have the ability to have 100% consistency. But what you can do as the angler is you can make sure that as one individual that you comply with the rules and that you put your best picture forward, realizing that if you don't put your best picture forward and you get a deduction, that it's actually on you. It's not on the judge. And then don't have the mindset of, I'm going to go out and fight them. It's not them. It's we. We are doing this together. We are trying to grow a tournament trail. We are trying to grow, the promotion of this awesome sport that we all love. And so when you decide to draw your sword and fight us, or we decide to have to defend ourselves, it's detrimental to what all of us are trying to accomplish. So one of the things that I'm going to say moving forward is that we're going to do the best we possibly can, and then that's it. We're not going to constantly go back and judge and rejudge and re-rejudge stuff because an angler thinks that they should be given something more. You are given rules, okay? Those rules are there for you to comply with. If your photo, stand alone, without taking it out to Photoshop and overlaying a ruler, without looking at other photos to find little elements, each individual photo, I'll give you for example, if you take a picture of 5 fish, and in one of them you would cover up the identifier, we will not go to the other 4 photos to look for similarities so that we can accept the other fish. In every single photo, the photo must contain the entire identifier. The photo must have the fish facing left. The dorsal fin must be up, belly down. The tail must be in an unpinched and natural leg. These are all very simple things, and in 99% of the applications, people are able to accomplish that. The vast majority of responses was, I couldn't get it to do that, but everybody else did. And so one thing that we're not going to do moving forward is this game of the angler that gets a deduction going back and looking and trying to find another photo similar and going and saying, but in this photo you guys didn't do that to him. That's not beneficial to us as an organization. We're going to continuously move forward and strive to get as close to perfect as we can and to have technological advances that are going to get us there. But this is what I'm having this discussion for. We need to have a renewed focus on angler responsibility. We have a renewed focus on increasing our judging proficiency and looking for alternatives and things that are going to allow us, from a technological standpoint, to remove as much human error and that element as possible. So I'm asking you for your help in helping us do that. The next time that you get fired up to defend yourself or fight, don't. Think about how it fits into the bigger picture. First and foremost, here's one other thing that needs to happen. If you have a judging discrepancy, if you have a complaint, if you have a issue of any type, don't message me, don't message Christy, don't message Joe, don't message any of the 3 of us. Don't go to Facebook and post up something tagging us. Right now, I average 4,200 tags a day on Facebook, and I just cannot get to all the tags. And what'll routinely happen is somebody will tag me, and then when I don't see it, 4 more people will tag me. Hey, tag Chad Hoover, Joe Hobbenridge, Dwayne Wally. You know, none of us are focusing on answering those questions anymore so that we can get a consistent message. Because what happens is when you ask all of us the question, then we all engage and we all do the same work 4 times. And what ends up happening is when we're doing that, we're not focusing on sponsorships, we're not focusing on judging, we're focusing on answering that question or dealing with that issue. There's one single point of contact for all issues related to KBF competition, and that is Richard Penny. I'm going to advise Joe to stop responding to issues about competition. I'm going to advise Christy to do the same thing. I will respond and say, reach out to Richard. I will advise them to do the same thing. But do us a favor and please start directing everything that you have to do with competitive KBF to Richard. And Richard Penny is the guy for all of that. He's the final say. He's going to be the final say. If you don't like his judgment, it is what it is. We can't constantly have people going and saying, well, Joe, what do you think? Or going over here. It's not going to allow us to be what we need to be moving forward. It's not going to allow us to keep bringing you this organization. In some situations, it feels like to me that there is a visceral attempt to tear down what we're doing. And what I don't quite understand is if you enjoy doing this, why would you try to damage it? Why would you want to tear it down? And why would you go at it that way? Conflict never resolves things, and if it does, it doesn't resolve them as quickly as just a civil conversation could have. So please respond, please reach out, and please be civil. I can tell you that if any complaint is ever forwarded to me, you know, as the president, founder of KBF, I can say that 100% if any complaint has ever elevated to my level, and in that exchange you as the competitor were disrespectful, rude, vindictive, visceral, and had an attack, and you were in attack mode, I'm done. I'm going to take whatever issue that it was. I'm going to advise Richard to stick with whatever ruling we were, regardless of what this, in other words, we're done looking at it. If you're professional, we'll be professional and we'll move forward. This is a us thing and a we thing, not a us versus you thing or a you versus us thing. The vast majority of people out there are awesome. If you don't want to be part of KBF, then you don't have to be. You know, that's the other thing. That is the reality of where we're at. Okay, we have to realize that we're not going to make everybody happy all the time. But I just want you guys to understand that we are busting our butts to be the best we can. When you try to engage every member of the KBF staff for every issue, we're detracting away from getting to the point where those issues don't exist anymore. And so I'm asking for your help. The next thing that I want to say is that as members of KBF, I want your advice on how I can make this organization better and more attractive to folks that maybe aren't even interested in competition. What resources can I provide? Please do those comments either on this video link in the members only page where I'm posting it, or in the actual YouTube comment section to where I have those to go back to. But give me advice. You know, is members only and exclusive giveaways something that we should do? Or specific member benefits that I should work on harder, something that you guys would like to see? Or tips and tactics videos that are specifically members only, you know, that both I do and I get Fluke Master and some of our other partners and guys out there, you know, that are, you know, very good teachers. Is that something, you know, that you guys would like to see? So again, I'm asking for your help in making this this organization, this KBF Nation, a we thing, not an us versus them, because we are, you know, hashtag we all fish. You know, we are kayak fishermen. I do this because I wish it was there for me to do, right? I really wish that there was this tournament that I could compete in, because I'm a competitive dude and I like it. But I really like the interaction. I really like the camaraderie. I like making it to as many events as I possibly can. We've got some exciting things in store for next year. But we, as a community, have to not get bogged down in these little issues. So if your photo's blurry and it gets DQ'd, look at the photo yourself objectively and say, yeah, you know what, I should have took a better photo. Not draw your sword and switch into, you know, attack the judge mode, not switch into firing off a 3-paragraph email. Look at that and honestly assess, you know, responsibility for, you know, what you could have done better. Take it on board and move forward. The reason that we have these online challenges, trail, opens, partner events, is so that you can make that mistake on this level instead of making that mistake at a national championship or a big open where there's a lot bigger payday at stake. So anyway, guys, I really just wanted to have this dialogue to say we need a single point of focus. We're working towards standardization. Reach out to Richard Penny if you have any issues. Do us a favor and support each other out there in the social media sphere. If you see a guy that's a friend, click on his stuff and like it and share it, and let's raise, you know, a rising tide raises all ships. You know, click on the member list in KBF and look around and see if there's somebody that you might know in the area. You know, so anyway, I'm open to suggestions. That's one thing that we've been proud of from the beginning, is that we have an open dialogue, probably more so than any organization that I've ever seen. That's something that I'd like to continue to do. That's something that I would like to, you know, that dialogue would like to continue. But again, this is just me, you know, addressing some issues, you know, not an overarching thing, just something that I think we could all do better. Tell us what we can do better, and we're going to make kayak bass fishing, this KBF Nation, this organization, this brotherhood, the best that we can possibly make it. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what else I can do to make this better.